South Africa lose the T20 World Cup final. I worded it like that specifically because I think that this game was in our hands to win at particular stages of the match. And under extreme pressure, of course, we never performed at the right moment, you could say. There are different stages in this match that I want to speak about. I'm going to be talking about this match as a whole. But firstly, I'm going to say congratulations to India for keeping their nerve with the ball. I think they did fantastically well to keep bowling very good lines and lengths at the critical moments in this game. And ultimately, that's what ended up winning them the game. But I feel that there are lots of decisions made again with the bat today that I felt lost us this game. We got so close, but yet again so far. And but I don't want to just be all doom and gloom today. This team has made us really proud by reaching their first ever World Cup final. There's been an upward trajectory when it comes to their development as a team. They have constantly grown from strength to strength. And we have to give this units and players a lot of credit for doing what they did. The they went and did something special in the semi-final, overcame that tag that we know was attached to us when it comes to semi-finals, and they made it into the final. Now there are two players over here that I want to tell them to keep their heads up because I feel that they are going to be extremely key to South Africa's future. They were put under immense pressure in this final, and at key moments they didn't produce. But I feel that they're going to learn from that, and they're going to be able to move forward and become better players because of it. And I feel that they will bring us our first trophy. This game was set up in a way that favored India from the start. And I do feel that they got the better end of the stick. But South Africa fought back really well to get themselves back into the game, and then they let it slip. Today, we're going to be talking about this final, and I'm going to be summarizing everything that took place in this particular game. I think that it's very important that we do so. I think that it's very important that I go through this and try and give you guys an indication of everything that took place in this game. That is my job here at Cricket Fanatics Magazine, to be able to summarize, leave my emotions at the door ultimately, no matter how sad I feel, no matter how heartbreaking it feels, and give you guys um, the best possible review that I can give you guys tonight. As hard as it is for me to sit here right now and talk to you guys, at least I know that I'm not alone and I've got the live chat with me that will get me through this particular video. But before we get going, before we get started, there's a couple of things I'd like you guys to please do. First and foremost, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. I wanted to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of this World Cup. You guys can really help me do so. I'm only 15 subscribers away. And by the end of this stream, we can be there. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching, if you're part of that 60% of people that are watching our videos and not subscribing, please click that subscribe button. I'd also like you guys to please like, comment, and share. It's very important that you guys do so. And also download our latest issue of Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. Link is on the screen as well as in the description. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. It's going to be heartbreaking for me to give you this particular review, but I'm going to do it, and you guys are in it with me. So thank you for joining in on today's show. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your review show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about everything that has to do with the T20 final between South Africa and India. India have managed to kill a 17-year drought of winning a trophy in a World Cup and managed to make history today. There were two teams that were up to make history today: South Africa for their first ever World Cup win, and India breaking that cycle. Now, when you look at the two teams, I've said it. I said it before the show, I said it on the preview show, that India is the better team on paper. Experience, skill set, everything that they have here available to them, they have. South Africa would have to really put in a very good performance to try and win this particular match. So let me start with what took place. It started off with India winning the toss and electing to bat first, which I feel was the 100% the right decision on this particular wicket. I said this on in the previous show. I said if South Africa win the toss, they need to bat first. I felt that chasing is going to be very difficult in a World Cup final. And if you can get a decent pass score on this ground, anywhere between 160, 170 plus, you are in the driving seat to try and win this match. The wicket looked quite flat, I'm not going to lie, for India in that first power play or so, even though South Africa did manage to do really well to strike. But unfortunately, the way this game went, there was a lot of pressure on Marco Jansen today. And this is now the second time in a crunch game against India where he didn't bowl at his best. He bowled at an economy rate of 12.25 today. 49 runs he went for before, but he got a wicket right at the end, and an important wicket, of course, of Virat Kohli. But he was extremely expensive today. And I felt that I'm not going to be too harsh on the young lad. I mean, he is a youngster playing in his first ever World Cup final. And I'm not going to be too harsh on him because I feel that there's a lot he can learn from the situation. And I think he'll be better for it as the time goes by. And knowing Marco Jansen, he's probably sitting there feeling like he lost this game for us. And I want him to keep his chin up. And I want him to say, to look at himself and say that he will do better next time. I don't think he should beat himself down too much on this and let it fester. I don't think he should make this remember this day as a day that he let the country down. It will be terrible for him, and it's going to be baggage that he doesn't need to carry. Yes, we'll be critical about the performance. He didn't bowl really good lines and lengths. He didn't keep his lines and lengths consistent. He didn't bowl the right lines and lengths. He bowled too many full deliveries that was easy for them to hit. He bowled too many extras. He didn't bowl enough back of the length deliveries. You saw when he pulled the ball back a little bit and bowled it a little bit to chest height, stomach height. Those were the deliveries that they struggled to play, India. And he did put us on the back foot a little bit. But South Africa pulled it back, and the experienced bowlers did what they needed to do. They pulled it back, and India was at 23 for 2, and then 34 for 3. And they took out some of India's most devastating batters: Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, Sky Yadav, all in the dugout for one-digit scores. So they did their job stupendously to bring back the game into their favor. But then Virat Kohli played an absolute master class of an innings today. I've always said that these type of innings are underrated. Keeping the game at a runner ball in your touching distance, playing the field, playing the ball into the gaps, running well between the wickets, hitting the bad balls when they are available. Those are the type of things that you need to do as a top class, world class batter, and those are the type of things that I feel South Africa's batters need to learn. Today, Quinton de Kock needed to learn that, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Let me first talk about India's batting performance. Virat was fantastic. He kept his wicket right until the end. He batted very deep. He stayed there until 18.5 overs. He was fantastic. But so was Aksa Patel. 47 of 51 balls. A masterclass performance from him as well. 1 for One for four sixes, a strike rate of 151.6, took them over the 100-run mark by the 13th, by the 14th over. Fantastic performance from him today. And a brilliant run out from Quinton de Kock. Now, it's quite funny that the game where Josh Butler dismissed someone with that type of throw, they ended up losing that game. And Quinton de Kock doing the same thing in this game as a keeper with a brilliant run out like that. And we end up losing the game. I don't know. I'm making a connection there that's not really a connection, but it's just funny. It's just something that I thought I could throw out there. India then went on. Virat Kohli continued. He went on to score his 50. He got 76 or 59 balls, 6 4s, 2 6s, a strike rate of 128.81. Took them, like I said, to the 19th over, 163 for 5. Brilliant performance from him. But so was Sivam Dubey today. He was brilliant today. He did his job, coming in 27 of 16, 3 4s, 1 6. But it was Malka Janssen that was very expensive in this game that kind of pulled the game into India's favor. He helped them get to the pass score, I would say. Unfortunately, that is where the game was was kind of lost from a bowling's perspective, and that's just the reality of things. But I don't want people to get cruel and go crazy on the young lad. But that is kind of where the game was lost. And they ended up with 167 for 7 because I mean other than Marco Janssen, everybody bowled under 10 economy rate. Kagiso Rabadag was 1 for 36. Okay, he was a little bit expensive here and there, got hit for 2 6s in this game as well, 2 4s. Aiden Markram 0 for 16 on 2 overs, 8 economy rate. Norke was brilliant today, 2 for 26. Was very good in the final over as well. The Bray Shamsi, quite expensive, but I think he came with the right approach today. He didn't bowl as erratically as he did in the past against India. I feel that he made the right choices, and India just played him really well. Unfortunately, didn't get a lot of good wickets. Unfortunately, didn't get any wickets. Not for 26, 8.66 economy rate. But our best bowler today was Keshav Maharaj. Bowled really well, 2 for 23, 7 for 66. And I felt that Aiden Markram bowled our guys at the right time. It's so unfortunate that we couldn't play with Neil Bartman today. It's unfortunate because we need a number 7. We need an all-rounder that can give us a performance with the bat and ball consistently. And Marco Janssen is developing into that, but he's just not there yet. And it's something that we need to develop with him. Like I said, he is a youngster and he's going to grow and he's going to develop and he's going to get better. Then the bat. And this is going to be the most heartbreaking thing for me to speak about. Aiden Markram and Riza Hendricks. That's something that I need to speak about. Terrible tournaments for them with the bat. Aiden Markram was really good with the ball, but and really good with the ball when he bowled, and really good as a captain. But with the bat, he was not good in this tournament. When Temba Bavuma was captain, and I have to mention this, when Temba Bavuma was captain, and he wasn't batting well, but he was captaining really well in the tournament, he was getting dehumanized. He was getting torn apart and called racist names and really aggressively attacked on social media. Not about for his cricketing reasons. I feel it went beyond cricketing criticism. Markram is not getting that, and I'm urging you guys not to go there because two bads don't make a right, two wrongs don't make a right over here in this situation. And you need to be the bigger people, bigger men, bigger fans when it comes to these situations. I was very defensive of Temba Bavuma when he was getting dehumanized. I said criticize his cricket, but don't dehumanize the guy and get to a stage where you becoming horrible online. Criticize Markram for his performances, but don't get to a stage. I'm going to be exactly the same. I'm going to say exactly the same thing, and I'm going to be equal here on this. Criticize the guy. I feel that he deserves criticism for the way he's batted in this tournament, but don't get to a dehumanization phase where you're dehumanizing the guy. He didn't bat well today. He went at the delivery that too hard that he shouldn't have. They actually read him perfectly, nicked the ball, and lost his wicket. Let me go to the next one. Riza Hendricks, I feel, got a very good delivery. He's been terrible in this tournament, He hasn't been at his best in this tournament, and he would be the first person to say that. And there was a lot of questions on whether they should drop him or not drop him. I'm going to say it. I think that Rob deserves some praise for sticking to his guns when it comes to his decisions. He hasn't been swayed. He said he's going to trust his experienced players, and he did so. Riza got a plum of a delivery. It was a beautiful delivery that he was dismissed. Um, Bumrah is world class. That delivery from Bumrah was 10 out of 10. I don't think any batter, I don't think many batters would have been able to stop that from happening. Maybe it could have been a little bit tighter, maybe with his defense, but that ball was just an absolute beauty. And Bumrah deserves man of the match, I feel, in this match for the way that he bowled in critical times in this match, because he ultimately won this game for India, I felt, at crucial stages in this game. Quinton de Kock had a great start, but we needed Quinton to bat a, 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 a Virat Kohli type of innings. They set up Quinton de Kock today, and he fell for it again. This has happened to him so many times. Playing his favorite shot, hits a boundary or hits a six. They place a fielder there in exactly the spot where he hit it before, and he goes again. No need for that. Hit the ball, take a single, rotate the strike, try to keep the board ticking over. There was not it was not necessary at that stage of the game to try and go for back-to-back boundaries. Virat Kohli showed you that he can hit you for 4 or 6 and then take a couple of singles, rotate the strike, try to just keep the runs ticking over and put yourself in a great position. Quinny lost his wicket at a crucial time. We were 12 for 2, 70 for 3. Tristan Stubbs batted so beautifully until he lost his wicket. And once again, decisions. The wrong decision, wrong time. Going across, trying to play a sweep to Akshar Patel, who read him like a book. Then let's put it on his stumps. I feel, though, that Tristan is going to learn from this. He was on the road to having a brilliant innings today. He's so close to being that player for South Africa at number 4. And I just feel that more games for South Africa is going to get better at this. Nothing's going to be more difficult than the situation he was thrown in today. He needs to learn from this. He really needs to dust himself off. And like Rocky, keep moving forward. When you get knocked down, you get up, keep moving forward. That's exactly what Marco needs to do. That's exactly what Tristan has to do. They should not feel too down on themselves when it comes to these performances today. It was a final, a lot of pressure against the best T20 team I feel in the world, and they did. I mean, at least Tristan did well until a point. But I'm going to criticize the shot that was played, and then I don't know how to handle this one. Heinrich Klaassen, the fastest 50 in a T20 World Cup final. 50 of 23 balls. Fantastic performance to get South Africa into a winning position in this game. But this is something that I've mentioned about Klaassen on loads of streams. Even when it comes to the IPL, I've seen this happen. He will score a match-winning he will put on a match-winning performance like he did today, and then not be there till the end and lose his wicket at a crucial time in the game. He chased the wide delivery against Hardik Pandya. There was no need to chase that ball when you are a run equal on a run per ball you needed to win this bloody World Cup. And I felt that's where South Africa actually lost this game. We had the game in our hands. We needed 30 of 30 at the stage in this match. And yes, Heinrich Klaassen deserves credit for putting us in that position. We know how he bats against spin. We know exactly how we can play against spin. We were on 26 of 24 balls. And of the first delivery of Hardik Pandya in the 17th over, he chases a wide line delivery that he could have left. He didn't need to swing his bat, no foot movement at that. At that particular stage, there was no need for that. And this is where the game changed, especially when you know there's still an over left from Jasper Boomerang that your fellow batters need to face. And that's when we need to step up and take the responsibility and make the right decisions in the right moments. And Klaasen didn't make the right decision in that moment, even though he did. And even though he does deserve the credit for the way he put us in a brilliant position today to almost win this World Cup. But we need to learn on how to take games home when we are on the brink in chasing positions to win a game. I'm not going to call it a choke because I don't feel that this was really a choke. We took the game right until the end. And we really had a proper chance to win this game. I just feel that there was um, bad decisions made. And Klaasen doesn't deserve the blame fully today because he put us in a position almost to win this game. And the top order, Aiden Markram, Riza Hendricks, I think there's a collective of people that deserve blame for this particular loss. And we also need to remember you need a little bit of luck to win finals. Fortunately, that is also a big thing as well. You need a little bit of luck. Like, there is one more thing that I want to speak about though. And that was a decision by Maharaj at the end there, Miller taking a single at the wrong time. I've mentioned this about Miller before. He needs to just take authority in these positions in the game and try to face as many of the last balls as possible. Don't tell your opposition batter to take a quick single in the second last over of a game. It's ridiculous. It's crazy, especially when you know that Keshav is a swing and miss type of guy. I mean, he could have swung and missed at that last delivery, and then it would have been 2 overs for David Miller to face instead of only the last over to face. So I felt that was a terrible decision to make at that particular stage of the match. Maharaj taking a single off the last ball. I feel that it just gave Miller too much to do in that final over. And I'm not going to blame Miller at all today because with regards to the way he batted today, because I felt that he batted well. And that catch by Sky on the boundary was just a fantastic catch. I could have went any other way. He was so close to touching that boundary. That could have gone with a magnifying glass on his foot. It would have probably been like a millimeter away from that boundary. It almost looked like he did touch it, but he didn't. But it was very close to that boundary, and it was a fantastic catch by Sky on that boundary rope. And that could have easily gone either way. That six could have gone, that ball could have gone over the boundary, and we could have been in a very different situation leading against Hardik with a lot of pressure on him. And unfortunately, it didn't. A brilliant catch was taken, and they say catches win matches, and that catch won the World Cup ultimately in the end. And the game was then, at that point, it was won. South Africa tried to do some stuff towards the end, and we lost by 7 runs. A heartbreaking defeat for South Africa. A really sad day. We got so close. I think I've been fair. I've criticized fairly, I feel. I'm not too angry about this. But I feel that some of these guys, I think it was a well-played game. I think it was a very entertaining T20 final. We didn't get smacked and smashed in this game. We lost this game in moments, and that's how T20 games are lost. And even the best of players, even the best of teams can lose T20 World Cup finals. It happens to the best of us. So well done to the Proteas for the tournament that they've had. Congratulations to India for winning the title. And I think that we can build from this. I think it's only up from here, South Africa. So stick with the Proteas, stick with this team. It's a very young team still. We've got a lot of young talent coming through the system that I feel will do wonders for South Africa, that can really take us perhaps to the next stage. We've got a lot of talent, so stay positive and support the Proteas. There's so many opportunities that we're going to have in the future where we can bring this back and try and win a World Cup. I know this was a great chance for us to do it today, and I understand that, but I feel that we should be proud of the way we performed. I think that's balanced enough. Let's start getting the callers on the show. So Sarfaraz was here first, so I'm going to bring him on the show first. Welcome to the show, bro. What would you like to say, bro? It was a really, really close match. What would you like to say?
Um, See, man, Khalid, man, I feel you. First of all, this was one of the most best T20 final, I believe. Just like you said, South Africa, they gave up. I mean, a complete fight to India. I mean, it looked like South Africa was going to get away with it. As an Indian fan, I was getting nervous. South Africa is gonna win, and India is gonna again choke. But thing is that see, I totally agree with you that the shot that Klassen played kind of was a game-changing moment. If to be honest, South Africa was on its way to winning this cup. They did everything. They executed everything well. And to be honest, India was not bowling well. But Klassen giving away this wickets so cheaply, trying to go. I was shocked, when the ball was going well, he should have gone for that shot. But I think so. What happened in here is that final means, if as you said, India has an experience of playing in knockout matches, especially playing in finals. And South Africa, for them, this was an uncharted territory for them. Playing first final. They don't know. Means that experience of how to handle such pressure and all. I will tell you something. In the for this Barbados batting pitch was something that we can make 200 plus run. It was like that, and the South African bowlers did a very great job. I mean, they gave a huge scare. I mean, they restricted India from even reaching towards 200. So that's a great job. I mean, they have always been great, surfing bowling and as well as their fielding. And also in the second innings, also it looked like South Africa was going with it. And another thing I want to mention about this is South Africa's top order. It has been, I would say, very disappointing. Aiden Markram, no doubt, he's one of the he has done a very great captaincy. Fielding placement, but batting wise, he has been poor. I mean, in a final where you need a captain's knock, he kind of I don't know, man. He looked very timid and all. I've actually expected some captain innings from Markram. Quentin de Kock, I mean, this. Let me tell you something. Many of the Indians that I talked in the Twitter and Spaces, they told me that Quentin de Kock was the most important wicket because if he would have scored half century, the game would have gone out of India's hand. And Quentin de Kock, I mean, this is his problem. I don't know. Whenever he gets a ball, he plays some rash shots, and he gets out, and and but still, I think so. South Africa still gave a scare to India, and it was only and for me the game-changing moment was David Miller's wicket. I mean, if Sky, if he hadn't handled the catch, it could have been six, and South Africa could have taken away the game from India. But that catch was a crucial. It was one of the most X-factor catch, I believe. And first of all, I like to tell the South Africans here, I like to tell you, Khalid, please, man, don't lose hope, man. I know some people are saying that, oh, I will not watch South Portiers again. Again, they're gonna heartbreak us. No, please, guys, don't lose hope on them. These guys, they made into a final, man. Come on, man, it's such a great achievement. And Khalid rightly said, it's not a joke. I mean, South Africa has entered an uncharted territory. What could you expect, man? They gave her everything, man. They gave great fight to India, man. Don't say that I don't want to watch Proteas or it's not worth investing in. Anyways, they're gonna have no, no. Invest on them, man. This team, I know, except for some play, this team will lead you. I mean, 2027 World Cup will be in South Africa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This team is ready, man. This team is ready for that. Don't lose or don't say this kind of nonsense, man. I get it. Springboks, they're great. Winning, but besides Springboks, you need to keep attention. I mean, those boys played well. They didn't flounder. I mean, let me tell you something, Khalid. In the last year World Cup, India played pathetically bad. They gave up. South Africa in this match didn't give up. Okay, so you should be proud of proud of their performance. In last year, in how India played was very pathetically bad. They gave up. There was no fight. There was nothing from them. So I would say South Africa performed better than India in the last year World Cup match. So please be proud of them, man. Don't be ashamed of themselves here. That's what I want to say. Khalid, I wanted to continue the job. Means keep putting trust on those players, especially Stubbs, Tristan Stubbs, or all those young players, Brabies, all those young players that are coming to the system. And Markram, I think so. He has proved his worth that he is the captain for the white ball. I mean, he has proven that. I believe now they got the test of the final. Let me tell you something. A team which gets the test of final right, they were not going to lose another final. And I think so. Next year, it's going to be Champions Trophy next year. So I believe South Africa has a chance of winning the Champions Trophy if they, perform better.
Hmm.
So Khalid, that's what I have to say, man. Thank you for
Thanks,
having me.
brilliant, bro. Thank you for coming on the show. That was excellent points, and I agree with him. I said that we need to keep belief. I mean, we didn't choke in this final. I don't think it was a choke. In my opinion, I don't think it was a choke. There were certain points in the match where we lost certain points in the game, but that happens in cricket. You lose certain phases in a game. It's that's what happens, and I think certain players could have made better decisions. Yes, in the situation, but I felt that we tried and we fought until the end. I mean, the fact that this team that nobody expected to make a final made a final, and then still took it till the end, right until the death of the game. I feel proud about the performance, and I think that they can improve and get better, and they will learn from this, especially because of those younger guys. The way it went, this game went for those younger guys, it went really difficultly for someone like Marco Jansen, but he's never going to feel this again. That's the great thing about it, is that he's never going to feel this type of pressure at this particular age again. He'll have the experience and he'll be able to learn from it and improve. So that's the great thing about it. And I like Tristan Stubbs' approach. The signs are there for great improvement, because his approach when he came out to the middle and the way he played until that one shot that he played, it could have gone. I mean, it could have gone any other way. Akshar Patel could have not read the situation with all the experience that he has and bowled right into Tristan's slot as well. That could have easily happened, but he read him with that experience. That happens. So in T20 games, things can go either way, but I felt that we gave it a good fight. Let me get on the next quarter. There are two in the background, and I hope you guys can just be patient as well. Akshin is next. Welcome to the show, bro.
Hi, Khalid, can
What
you
would
hear
you like
me?
to say? Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. What would you like to say, bro?
Hard luck, man. A couple of months back, I read Telford Vice's article that this World Cup might be Quinton's last game for South Africa. So, if that is true, I just hope we don't revert back to Hendricks and Bahuma opening for us in T20s, because that will mean that in the future we won't be scoring more than 50 ever in the power play. So, I really hope that does not happen. I mean, the second problem is I feel that we have a very long tail. I mean, I don't think that there was anything wrong with Klaasen attacking Pandya with 5 overs left, but in order for you to do that, I believe you need to have batters till number 8 or number 9. And I believe our tail pretty much starts at number 7. You look at Marco Jansen's stats, he pretty much averages 10 and has a strike rate of around run a ball. So that's not on. Another problem I feel is that we've not talked about this enough. Just before the previous World Cup in 2021, George Linder was dropped for no rhyme or reason. He had an excellent tour of the West Indies and he was dropped. And I felt that he was an excellent guy with the bat. I remember he was sent in as a floater also at the top of the order against England, and he was quite successful. And now he's nowhere to be seen. I believe that just dropping players without any rhyme or reason, I think that also had a very negative impact, because I feel that today Maharaj scored 2 of 7. I believe if Linder was there, he could have easily at least scored 10. So I mean, that is also another problem. And I believe another problem is Marco Jansen with the new ball. You cannot have a seamer who can only bowl with a new ball and cannot bowl at the death. That's pretty much what he did. He was bowling full tosses, he was bowling wides and no balls. The no ball was almost as big as the one Mohammad Amir bowled during the match fixing. So, I mean, that was also extremely big. And I mean, if we want to win World Cups, you have to have better death bowlers. We cannot expect guys like Marco Jansen to win us World Cups if they bowl full tosses at the death. I think it's important now that we get youngsters into the mix, and we can take heart from the fact that last year India lost the final on 19th November, and this year they've come in 6 months, turned it around. Hopefully, in 2025 we'll have something similar. The 24 heartbreak will hopefully lead to glory next year. So that's all I have to say.
Thanks a lot for coming on the show, bro. That was brilliant from you as well. I wanted this defend a little Marco Jansen a little bit there though. He's still a young bowler, and bowlers as they get older, they get more experience. They learn how to keep their lines and links. The more Test cricket that he plays, that's going to be the vital thing for him for his T20 game. I feel the more Test cricket he plays, because he needs Marco Jansen always needs to bowl Test line and lengths, and then some Yorkers in between when he can. But Test line and lengths are always going to do him well in this T20 game because majority of wickets that you play on, that's the type of length that you need to bowl in the opening power in the power play. It's those balls that you're going to that you know that the batter doesn't know whether to play or whether to sit back and block or leave. Those are the type of deliveries he's going to learn playing Test cricket. The more Test cricket he plays, the better T20 player he's going to be, I feel, with the ball. With the bat, there's a lot still to improve. But remember, Marco Jansen hasn't really had much time to actually grow. He's come straight from Kaya Majolo week, straight into domestic cricket, into the Protea side, almost instantly. He just had to perform. He just had to step up and just do it and be that guy for South Africa from the get go, from the age of 19 already. So there wasn't not a lot of time for him to still go back to domestic cricket, learn his trade, then get picked for the Proteas, get a game here and there. He was thrown into the mix from the start. So I feel that he's going to improve from this, man. It's the only thing that I can really see when it comes to that. But yeah, I've criticized him for today's performance, and I have to be fair on that because I've criticized players in the past and to criticize players for the performance. But I'm still immensely proud of this team. Let me get on the next caller. We've got Lorenzo, and then Josh is in the background as well. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna get you both on the screen together. I'm gonna give Lorenzo a shot to go first, and then Josh can have his say, and then you guys can either agree or disagree with each other and give your points. So Lorenzo, you on, and Josh, you on as well. Welcome to the show,
Hi
guys.
guys.
So Lorenzo, I'm gonna give you the floor first because you were here in the back end first. So have your say, and then Josh, you can follow up.
Hi Khalid, hi Josh. Hope you guys are good, man. Yeah, yeah. Today was tough. It was absolutely tough. I'm still feeling it now. Yeah. Let's start with the start. I think it was a good toss to lose, actually. Um, to be honest with you, I would have batted first, but I think the wicket actually got easier um, um, when we batted. And even Keshav Maharaj also said it in the innings break that the wicket got easier to bat on. Maybe that's just because it's a morning game and they batted first. They took the sting out of the wicket and it got a little bit easier for us to bat on. I think, to be honest, Khalid, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I think we should have won the game. I think we were in pole position to win the game when Klaasen smashed Aksa Patel for 24 or 26. I don't know how much. I think it's 24. He took from him there. I think we should have won the game. I think it was 30 from 30, no pressure at all. But let's start at the start. I will go into the second half of the innings. I think first up, you know, um, we always say that when we have a tendency in South Africa that when young players do good, we don't mention age. But as soon as they do badly, we tend to mention age to defend them, right? But I'm gonna come hard for Marco today. I think Marco Jansen was absolutely atrocious today. To be honest with you, I think the first over he bowled, I don't know what he was doing. He bowled three full deliveries, which went for boundaries. The fourth delivery, he bowled into the wicket, which was a dot ball, and then the last two was full again, which went for a boundary again. So I don't know what he was doing. And to be honest with you, I think Markram had a good World Cup until now, captaincy wise. Batting wise, he was also not good, to be honest with you. But captaincy wise, he was absolutely fantastic in this World Cup. But to be honest with you, in this game, he was bowling Marco Jansen 4 overs. Uh, I don't think he done well there. Marco never ever should have bowled 4 overs today. He was absolute. Every time Marco Jansen plays against India in World Cups, I don't know what happens. I don't think if he thinks the Indian players are better than him or what, but every time he plays against Indian World Cups, he just goes for runs. And even today with the bat, you can see his first thought was to defend the ball. When he should have hit the ball to get a single or whatever, just try something different. Straight to defense, he bowled him. Bumrah with a good ball. But yeah, I just think I think Marco should get a lot of stick today. As I said, we have a tendency in South Africa when young players do well, We don't talk about age, but as soon as they don't do so well, we want to bring up age to defend him, right? So I'm going to have the same consistency. Today he was atrocious, right? But I think India shouldn't. We should have bowled them at 160, or but they got 15 runs more. I think they got just above par on that type of wicket. But it made it easier in our second innings, and I'm going to get into the batting. I think we got a bit of an iffy start with Riza Hendricks. Riza was out of form the whole tournament, so I kind of knew he was not going to come off in the
Lorenzo,
final.
Lorenzo, I'm just going to stop you there
Yep.
quickly with the batting because I want to give Josh a chance to talk about your
Yeah,
bowling
no, no,
first.
no problem.
Otherwise, there's too many points to cover. So, Josh, your thoughts on what Lorenzo had to say, and your
Um,
thoughts on the bowling performance first.
oh, it's tricky. Look, the one thing about Marco Jansen, you can hear me right? All good?
Perfect.
Cool, it's checking. My one thing about Jansen, I'll be honest, I did kind of like the fact that Markham gave him another over at the end because I think he said to him, "Look, I trust you. Here's the responsibility. I back you." So it's nice to kind of have that faith. Oh, it's frustrating, man, because you know the talent he has and you know what he can do, and he just didn't deliver today. And I think it is one of those things he's gonna walk away from. He's gonna learn so much. Would it have been nice if he pulled through today? Yeah, sure, but he didn't. The one thing I must say about the game overall, though, I'm glad it was a well, connection. All good?
Yeah, you're back again.
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
you're back. Yeah, you said it was a
Yeah,
good
sorry,
game. I
man.
think you were gonna say.
Yes, yes. It was a good game overall, which I do appreciate at least. But oh man, it was frustrating. I mean, I sat here trying to get VPNs and everything. I'm on the other side of the world at the moment. I'm in Turkey, just trying to get it to try and watch the game, you know. Um, but it was a good game. And look, it's frustrating, but I guess that's life. You can't really win it all. India did play well. They did play well, but I think for me the most frustrating thing was we were sitting there at a stage where we needed like 27 or 26. You have Klaassen and Miller in, and if you had to put any money on it, those are the guys that are going to get you through, and they just didn't do it, and that for me that hurts. I think that hurts the most. The bowling, I can't fault them too much. Maybe sure there were one or two bad balls here and there, like opening up with Jansen at the beginning. He bowled a few bad balls, gave Kohli a bit of an easy time. But overall, there weren't too many mistakes. I think the main issue was at the end. The guys just didn't pull through. Yeah,
Okay. So
that's
Lorenzo, you want
me.
to
Yeah.
continue with the batting, and then we can go back to Josh again with the batting.
Yeah, yeah. I think Josh covered a lot of points there, which I agree with 100%. I think coming to the betting side of things, I just think what do you guys think? Do you guys think? Let me give a question to you guys. Do you guys think? And I'm not just to have it out there. I'm not having a go at Marco Jansen. I think he's a phenomenal cricketer. I like him as a bloke. I think he's a fantastic guy, fantastic cricketer, and has a good prospect and a good future for us. But do you guys think that in T20 cricket and one day cricket, he should bat at seven, or do you think we should try and mold someone else to come in at seven, and then he can come in at eight? So yeah, this is something I want to pose to you, Khalid.
Okay, cool. So that's what I've always thought. I've always thought that he's
Yeah,
more of a number eight than a seven, because he's still developing his batting side of the game. But
Exception.
at the moment, we don't have that luxury, really. I would say, with regards to the amount of seeming all rounders that can play at seven. And there are some in the pipeline starting to show themselves and starting to develop. But I think this season we need to go hunting for one. I think we need to go hunting for someone, a Jason Smith, or someone needs to put up their hand in domestic cricket and say, look here, that number seven spot is mine, and I'm going to be a batting all rounder rather than a bowling all rounder that we currently have. I think Marco Jansen is still to a degree a bowling all rounder. I think it's almost I wouldn't say it's equal. It's kind of equal in a way, but he's been more consistent with the ball than he's been with the bat. But he can put in a good batting performance here and there. But
He
Same
can
thing with the
definitely
ball.
bat better than what he's shown. Yeah.
Yeah, he can definitely bat better than he's shown, but he has this inconsistency with the batting with the bat. He's a difficult position to come in. But with the ball, he's been a little bit more consistent. So it's kind of equal his ability at the moment with bat and ball, I feel, in a way. I don't because you can see games like this are still there for him, where he gets nervous and things just go completely astray. So I do think we need to find a number seven. That's been something that we've needed to find for a very long time. It would have taken so much pressure off South Africa if we had a proper number seven that can come in and bat. Do you know we've heard of Patrick Kruger coming through? He never really got a proper chance as well, South Africa. So we need to find that next guy at number seven, I do feel. Josh, your thoughts on that?
Yo, look, I think, like I said, Janssen is a tricky one because he's people forget he's only 22 years old, you know. And I mean, look, it's not an excuse. Oh, he's young. He played badly today, but he can definitely bat better than what he has been. And I, it might be a bit controversial to some, but I do think they should maybe drop him from the 20 over, definitely, maybe 50 over, just to maybe give him that nudge to say, listen, man, if you're not performing, we're going to find someone that does. Like they did Markham with the same thing with the test because he's a good player. It's not like he can't play. He's a good player. But I'm worried a bit that he might just need a bit of a breakaway just to get his things together because he can play. I mean, he can honestly, I mean, in 10 years, it wouldn't surprise me if he's averaging like 32 with the bat, and bowling how he's bowling. And like you were mentioning earlier, I do think he just needs to find his area where he's bowling. If you look at someone like Morne Morkel, right? Where Morkel was bowling, his areas were very different to the other bowlers because he's got more height, he's got a bit more bounce. Where he's hitting the bat, it's different to the other bowlers. So if he's finding his area, I think he can honestly become so good. But I think he might just need some time away to refine his game a bit. And we've seen he's been bullied a bit in T20 at times.
Mm. And with regards to his batting
Yeah.
as well, like I said, he was fast tracked into international cricket so quickly, and he had to play that number
Yes.
seven role. So if he has more time to develop his batting domestically, has more domestic games, because a lot of the time he misses some important domestic games to go play international cricket and then go sit there at number seven to try and do something miraculous for South Africa when we have collapses. Where I feel that he needs to actually have more responsibility at domestic level and have more time to bat and develop his batting. If he can do that, we don't know where his batting can go. But right now, I think right now I do feel I always felt that way. That I felt that he is more of a number eight at the moment, and we do need a number
Yeah,
seven. Lorenzo, you wanted to talk
Mm.
about the
yeah,
batting as well. So have your say about the
yeah,
batting, and then Josh can rebuttal that.
yeah. Just on the betting, I think we started okay. I think 2 wickets. We lost up front. I think Risa Hendricks just coming to him again. I think he had a shock of a tournament. I think you can't really. I wouldn't say you can't blame him because you can blame him. But I think Riza is one of those players who came into the tournament with a lot of hype as well as a lot of runs. So him not scoring a lot of runs in the tournament was a bit subpar for him. But then again, the wickets we played on in the start of the innings didn't help with his confidence, right? Because we played 3 games in New York, which was, let's be honest, those wickets were absolutely crap. Yeah, yeah. So I think he had a horrible tournament. I also think the future of Riza Hendricks is also now in the balance. He's not a young guy anymore. Do we with Kone retiring, which I assume he is after this game tonight? I think it's time for to blood a player like Breetska into the team, or maybe you know what I would do? I would tell Riza Hendricks, thank you for your services for South African cricket. I think you've done well, but I would look to the future now. Riza's not young anymore, so I would open the betting in the next T20 series with um, Dewald Brevis as well as Bretsky. I think those guys are the future now. I think we should put our hopes on those guys, those type of guys now, and give them the exposure. So when we get into the next World Cup in 2026, that those are the guys that played international cricket. They know their worth in the international game, in the international arena. So yeah, that's what I would go with. So but betting wise today, I think we did phenomenally. I'm very disappointed in Tristan Stubbs. I think he went out in a situation and the way he got out. For me, that wasn't on. I mean, going way on the offside to try and manufacture something that wasn't actually there. Because you know a left arm spinner is gonna bowl stump to stump all day long. If it just if he stood still, he could have hit the ball straight past it for a six or a boundary, or just knocked it down the ground for a one. Because I just think in that scenario, that shot for me wasn't on. Um, I think, but Tristan Stubbs, I like him. I think he had a okayish tournament. Um, so I'm not going all in on him today. But I just think that shot he played today was a bit manufactured too much. I think he went way outside off, trying to manufacture something that wasn't there. And today, my real disappointment, Khalid. I'm not disappointed in Klaasen because let's be honest, guys, if it wasn't for Klaasen, we wouldn't be in a situation where we needed 26 of 26 balls, right? Because he smashed 20
100%.
exactly. Because I see a lot of people going in online, going in Klaasen saying he
No,
if it wasn't for Klaasen today, we would have lost by way more runs, right? So I'm not going to ever go with Klaasen Evans. Today,
Exactly.
my frustration today lies, Khalid, with David Miller. I am
it was
absolutely
his turn to show.
disappointed in
Eh?
exactly that, Josh.
It
I
was.
agree with you
It was.
100%. Today, that situation was to the T for David Miller. We see it so many times in IPL when he come in where you need 26 of 18 balls. He just smash it. He gets the team over the line. They win the game. I just feel today he bottled it, to be honest with you. I just felt the pressure got too much onto him. And I don't know what. He's a senior batter. When he batted when Klaasen got out, he batted with Jansen. I assume from what I saw from Jansen, he told Jansen, it's fine. Just knock it around for a single. I'm here. I can finish the game for us. Right? That didn't work. Janssen got ball through
No,
the
no.
gate. He was under pressure. Exactly. And then I assume because the way Maharaj batted, I thought I assume he told him the same thing because Maharaj didn't look like attacking the ball or hitting the ball. He just looked like getting through the over and getting the on strike. And then on the last ball, he punched a ball to the offside, Maharaj, and they took the single. I was like, Mala, what the hell are you doing, right? Because the previous ball, the cover was up, covering the single, and they just let him. And the last ball, Rohit Sharma went back. They literally gave him the single, and Miller said, "Yes, we can take the single." I was like, "Come on, dude, what are you doing?" And he was hitting through the short boundary as well. So yeah, I just feel today Miller absolutely bottled it. I'm a huge Miller fan, but today he was atrocious with the batting. I was not a fan of him today, to be honest with you. But yeah, but what can I say? I think that's cricket. One team has to win, one team has to lose. Today we were on the losing side. I'm still proud of the boys. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
throw my toys out of the pram. I'm still proud of the boys. I think they've achieved something that Graeme Smith couldn't, AB de Villiers couldn't, Faf du Plessis couldn't.
That's
Who
true.
else? Sean Pollock couldn't. You know, Markram showed that we can actually go to a final and we can compete. And you know what? The thing I'm proud of today, the thing which I'm most proud of today is that we didn't choke. We gave it a good
Yeah.
go, and
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm gonna sleep a bit easier tonight. Because if we were bowled out for like 90 or 150, 150 or 120, I would have been pissed. So I'm not so pissed today. I think I'm proud of the boys. I think
Yeah.
they they produced the goods. The team has to win, the team has to lose, and we were on the losing side. Hopefully, what's the next ICC tournament? I think it's a Champions Trophy next year in Pakistan
Yeah.
or in the UAE. Yeah, so hopefully we can give a good go there. And then before the 2027 World Cup in South Africa, in 2026 we have the T20 World Cup again in India. So hopefully, my hope is that's why I'm a bit disappointed today because I want us to win a World Cup before our own World Cup in 2027 because I think if we don't win a World Cup before 2027, that 2027 World Cup will put a lot of pressure and a lot of strain on our guys. So yeah, I just hope we can win maybe the Champions Trophy or the 2026 T20 World Cup and just take a bit momentum into that 2027 World Cup. So,
Thank
and just something you can post maybe later on in the show, Khalid. Do you guys think, first of all, who do you guys think should lead the Proteas in
Okay, okay, okay,
T20
okay.
or in ODI cricket
Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa,
leading forward?
whoa, 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 Lorenzo, Lorenzo. Okay, okay, look, so I'm gonna do a show. Obviously, now that this World Cup is over, there's going to be not a lot of cricket to cover. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of daily shows now on the next topics to discuss. One is going to be about the captaincies for the white ball cricket. Another is going to be on the future of South African cricket. Should we go young? Should we go old? So that's going to come down the line. So this, stay tuned for all of those shows. Josh, I'm going to give it to you as to end of
Cool,
this segment, and then we have one more caller in the back end as well that I want to get to.
cool. I think the thing is with Miller, when you look at it, it's a tricky one because, like I was saying as well, I was a bit upset because I'm still upset. But I mean, you expect him to pull through with the goods and do what he's there to do. But I mean, if when you look at it, that ball that he was out, if he hit that a meter further, different story. We're sitting here talking a complete. We're having a different discussion, you know. So it is. It's tricky and it's heartbreaking. But I think I'm just glad that it went down to the final over. Because for me, I remember when Markram nicked off, I got a message from my mate, and he said to me, he's like, "Oh no, I've seen this movie before. I haven't enjoyed it." And I was like, "Well, just have faith. The guy's got this." And I'm just glad that it got close. You know, um, there was no choking or anything, which is nice because I mean historically it's been such a stuff up where we get there, we're like cool, 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 and it just doesn't happen. And it's been similar, yeah, but I don't think there was any stage where, how do I say? Yeah, I think it's good that we at least got to the final over.
Hmm.
Because in
Especially run
previous
out.
games you would have,
Yeah.
yeah. No one got sold anything stupid like that. It was just, I mean, look, like I said, 27 of 26, you should be winning it. I mean, I was actually checking the stats. I was sitting next to a guy and he's looking at the stats and all of this. There was a stage we had a 92% chance of winning the game. That was after, I think that was after the over from Clarkson.
Yeah.
But if you look at it realistically, like we're all going to be quite emotional. I mean, it's one hell of a game. I mean, from the age of like me being a little kid, I've been waiting for this moment. And I'm sure there's so many other guys as well. The past 20 years, you're waiting for this moment, and it just doesn't quite happen. But I think when you look at it,
Yeah. Did we lose Josh? Okay.
am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, yeah, that's all. Like I was saying, I think if you look at it, the last 20 balls, India didn't bowl too badly at all. So I'm just glad it was a good game. There wasn't a stage where I'm like, oh, that guy's just useless. So I'm quite happy with that. Still frustrating, but I'm sure we'll get over it. Excited for the 27 World Cup this side though. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we got a good
definitely.
shout.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just so over T20 cricket now. Can we start Test cricket already? I
Yeah,
think
please.
Please,
that's the best
please.
format. I'm so over this T20 bullshit.
Yeah, no, you.
Yeah.
When is our next Test
See,
series though? Khalid, when is
uh,
our next Test series?
it will be first. I think August, September. I think it is, and then we play. Or it's at the end, it's just before the India series at the series at the end of the year. So we'll play two in a row almost. Let me just check for you quickly. I have it here on my site. You guys can go to this if you guys want to know. Cricketfanaticsmag.com is our website. You can go check out loads of content there as well if you want to check that out. I have a FTP as well tag there that will show you all of the thing. We also have a SAA tour. That's important that you guys must know of.
That
That
is.
starts the 31st of August with 50 overs, and then there'll be 4-day matches in September. So just remember that. Because we're going to be covering that as well, looking closely, because that's very important for the future of South African cricket to know what's going to happen next. So let me just tell you quickly what's happening with the test matches. Where are we now? We are in 2024. The next it will be August. We go, yeah, August. We go to the West Indies. Two test matches. And five T20s. uh,
5 T20s, cheapest.
yeah, and we play
It's
in
a bit of
July.
Listen,
T20 fatigue.
Yeah, July we go to
I love
Ireland, and in July we go to Ireland and we play three ODIs and three T20s again. And we also have this. There's another India series now happening as well, a T20 series against India.
also, yeah, that's also a T20 series. But did you
Yeah,
guys notice? But did you guys notice today the Indian fans and the Indian players were quite nervous today? Eh? They were
yeah,
really, really nervous. You could see on their faces they were nervous.
No,
So I
it was
think,
tight, eh? It was
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
tight.
I agree with you. It was very, very tight. I think they were quite nervous as well because I think India bottled it. Also, I think the last time they won a World Cup was 14 years ago or 11 years ago or something like that. So I
13
think they
years ago,
17.
also
yeah.
felt the pressure.
I think it was
Yeah.
17,
So
wasn't it?
also So I think today was actually a good matchup, and that's why I think it was a close game because I think I think South Africa, to be honest with you, I think we weren't as nervous as as India today because we got over that semi-final hoodoo and we played finals, and I think we played quite well today. I think we should have won the game, but you could see the Indian faces when Klaasen, yo, I was going mad when Klaasen was
That
absolutely
was
destroying
crazy. I
Axel
couldn't
Patel.
sit down, eh?
I was sitting
Me
in the
I
too,
was
bro.
corner.
standing.
I was sitting
I
in the
was
corner.
absolutely I was absolutely asked. Me and my
Standing is
brother was going so mad in the house. It was great. But then after that, the climax just came down, and yeah, now I'm feeling it a bit. I'm drinking. Khalid, if you don't mind me saying, I'm drinking a brandy right now just to
No,
calm
don't
my
mind.
nerves a bit.
I'm
Just to
I've
having
calm
been
my
some
drinking
nerves
the
a bit.
Turkish
brandy.
beer. Don't
I've
worry.
been drinking the
Same
brandy, so
here.
it's okay.
Yeah, just last thing from my side. I think we can be proud of the Proteas. I think they've achieved something.
Yeah.
Nobody, no,
Yeah.
no legends, no Chakalas, Pollock, Cronje, and Tierney didn't achieve this before. AB de Villiers, with all, I think previous teams probably on talent wise, that was probably the best team to win a World Cup. But this team just showed that with skill and with innovativeness from a captaincy point of view, from a skill point of view from the players. I think you can match that in terms of talent wise. So yeah, I'm very proud of the boys today.
And props to Rob as well for being brave and sticking to his decisions that he's made. He didn't flip flop at all.
Yes,
I
So
Khalid, I
respect
told
that.
you,
Yeah.
Khalid, Khalid, I told you the two spinners was the way to go after that game. I've
yeah,
and props to him as well. I think he had to make a bold decision, and the bold decision was not to play Bartman, and I think that was the right call today. It was the right call as well. And, I went on when Bartman got dropped for that one game, but in hindsight, it was the right decision. So a lot of props to Rob Walter as well because I gave him a lot of stick as well. So
mhm.
good on him as well.
Okay, guys.
Mm.
Thanks a lot for calling in, having your say. We will do some
Thanks
more
for having
calling
us.
sessions down the line as
Cheers,
well.
cheers,
You
Josh,
guys can
cheers,
call in.
Khalid.
See you, man.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
See you. That was brilliant from both of them. Brilliant points made. I really enjoyed that. I hope they both call in again. We've got one more caller. Wakas is waiting in the back end. Welcome to the show, bro. What would you like to say?
Hi, can you hear me?
Muted. I'm muted. Sorry. Yes, I can hear you.
Hey. Yeah. Great performance. I'm not too sad about it because look, we came so far in the tournament. Everybody gave their 100%. So yeah, I mean, I know it's a sad we lost the game, but hey, it was absolute. We gave them a good show. Nobody was expecting us to come that far. I mean, actually, like it was like score was as a like it was as chasing it as the like 170 score. So yeah, I mean we gave them a good pretty sure. The only negatives that I can see in the game is Marco, like he wasn't in the game 100%. That was negatives that I can take it, but yeah, Klaassen, he's a beast. I mean he came us so close. So yeah, he's a monster. And another thing, like Quinny, I mean, he should have been like stayed there for a couple of hours. So, but yeah, I mean, good game overall. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's sad, but not sad. We still made up. I mean, the curse is not on us anymore. So, like, yeah. So yeah. boys did a fantastic job. So yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So when would you like to say anything else about maybe the way forward, the way we are looking at the team currently? And there are some players here, maybe I would say that might be out the door. Maybe someone like Quentin de Kock, for example, might be his last World Cup that he played here. What's your thoughts on that, on the future teams, etc.? How do we build on this and continue the momentum in an upward direction?
Yes, of course. I mean, at this point, what I would do, I would bring in the new team, new young guys into the team, Briscoe, Devil, because we can build them for the future. Like, I at SSC, Quinn is retiring. I don't know what's Miller and Classy is gonna do, but definitely we need a new blood in to in the team. And I mean, definitely it's like not too like we can still play a game with the other like Miller, Class, and nurture the young blood with them. They can get some experience. So yeah, definitely we need to bring a new blood in to get those future tournaments winning like with the R. So yeah, that's
Mhm.
all I can say.
Thanks, Wakas, for coming on and sharing your views. I really enjoyed
Thanks,
those
man.
comments.
Yep,
I'll
yep.
speak to
All right.
you again soon, sometime in the future. Okay, guys, so that was the callers that called into the show. If anybody wants to call, the link is in the top. I'm going to go. Whew. I'm going to go with some of the comment section and have a discussion in the comment section over here and see what you guys have had to say. Read some of your comments out over here. Suraj says Aiden Markram should lead in white ball format, not Pavuma. Markram is a great leader. We missed Bartman badly today. Endless, the spokesperson, says we choked. Period. We needed to win. I don't agree that we choked in this match. Before we would have runouts and crazy drop catches. None of that happened today. Um, cricket, cricket errors happened today. Not dumb errors. I feel that bad cricket decisions in the moment can happen. That's cricket. That's T20 cricket. I mean, the IPL, look at the team like RCB. They have never won a, IPL with all the great players that they have. They make bad decisions in difficult times. Even they can't win their tournament. So it happens to the best of teams as well. I mean, India last year should have won the T20 World Cup. I mean, in previous T20s, previous World Cup games that they've been in finals, they should have won and they didn't. So this team is I like the age of this team. It's a nice balance of young and old, and I feel that we can grow on this, build on this, and we're going to need to sort out that opening, the top order. I think that's something that we're going to have to do, um, because I feel that Keshav, Quinton is on his way out, and perhaps Riza Hendricks too, at this stage in his career right now. So we're going to blood in new talent, and I think we need to give them as many T20 games now as possible. And luckily, we're playing a hell of a lot of T20 games for these players to be blooded into the team. But I feel when it comes to getting the team in the right mentality, I think Robbie's doing a great job at doing that. BG3 Shams is a weak link in the team. You need to know to contain while there is nothing in the pitch. I don't think he was too bad today. I don't think that he was that bad today as you are making it out to be. Um, I think our worst bowler today was Marco Jansen, and unfortunately, it didn't go for him in the right way. But yeah, I think he'll grow and learn from this. Um, Let me continue here. Sanjay says Punt slowed down things cunningly and spoiled Klaassen's momentum. Sky's catch wasn't clean. I need to maybe have a look at that again and see, um, and maybe look at that again, because if it's not, that sucks. Um, that's a stupid comment. Um, Hasibul says it's impossible to accept the situations. Um, I don't know. These are not comments that I think I'm going to show. Hasibul says, how can D. Miller take a single in the last ball of the 18th over? I mentioned that. And this is something that is done in the past that I warned you guys about it for a very long time. I said I feel that Miller in certain situations takes the takes a single when he should be take to make farming the strike, and this was the perfect time for him to do so. Um, Stuart says, bro, we can use this as a positive. Remember 2016, how England reset their white ball after losing to West Indies. Um, Paul Terry says, irresponsible batting by Markram, Stubbs, the Cock, and Klaassen. One of them should have stuck it out until the end. Yeah, and that is true. He was, but Klaassen was amazing. He put us into a position to win this game. Um, and that's why I'm not going to go overboard with regards to criticizing him. When it comes to that, yes, I'll criticize the shot that he played, and that's only a fair criticism, I feel. But I do think that he was fantastic today in his approach and the way he played, and he put us into a position to win the game. Hardy, just another thing on Markram, he needs to score runs as well. All great being a great captain, but you need to score. 100%, I agree with that. We gave the same stick to Temba, so we should give the same stick to Aiden Markram. He needs to perform with the bat if he wants to, and he's been on a very, he's been on a long road of bad form recently, especially in this format. I'm hoping that Test cricket will get him back into form again. They probably these guys are gonna probably take a massive break now. It's been a hectic couple of months. Amurah says, I'm proud of the boys. I will be backing them no matter how many heartaches they've given me. This is our first final. Hopefully, boys get over this and learn and move on. Our time will come. I agree with you 100%, and I'll back you there. I mean, I started a whole business on the Proteas. Cricket Fanatics magazine is all about South African cricket, supporting them. So I don't know how I can show my support for the Proteas more than what I'm doing currently. So I will be again. We'll do it again, guys. We go again. We lost this games there were small game margins that we lost this game, like Lorenzo says here, and it's true. We lost this game in small game margins. There were small little things that we did, but cricket things. It's not choking things, like dropping easy catches or silly runouts or doing crazy mad decisions. It was cricket, small margin cricket errors that can happen in any game. Stuart says it could have gone either way. Boomer was the difference. DT says, I remember what I said yesterday, and congrats to the gents for making it as far. But honestly, we threw that game away in the end, which is where being honest with ourselves has been happening. Never in a final, though, since last year. And I think the only way to fix it is to experience more finals and high pressure games, which luckily we can because our team is young. So the only way is up from here, 100%, bro. Harley, please bring Aiden Markram into the show. Bro, is the wrong time now. You need to read the room. It's completely the wrong time right now after a World Cup defeat like this. For me to try and get an interview with him right now is the wrong time. The players are going to have time off. I don't think there'll be any exclusives happening. When the time is right, I will try to get some interviews. Prabir says 2026, South Africa definitely going to win. David Miller will be the hero, and always he remained a great player of South Africa. Tabo says, I'm not surprised. I knew Bumrah was going to be the difference in India winning or losing this game. We had no plans to score off Bumrah, and de Kock and Klaassen lacked game awareness, he says. Sam says now I will not open Instagram account for the next 2 months. This India winning World Cup all over there. I cannot see that. SA, what happened today? Should have won. I still cannot believe how we lost. Blitz says boundary catch was not clean. He moved the boundary. Interesting. Do you know what shocked me about that decision was that they didn't take a closer angle. His foot was so close to the boundary, and they didn't take a closer angle. That was a shock for me. Stu says we need to build a core of young players. I'd like old coaches like Arthur, Kirsten, or Duncan Fletcher to help coaching the young players. Nah, I'm okay with that. We don't need to recycle that and bring them back into the mix again. We are okay. I think the way we are dealing with young players is brilliant. Look at Tristan Stubbs and Marco Janssen have developed under um, and improved. They've improved and have developed and gotten better. DT says, now I know how Arsenal fans feel. Hope Nakota will be bringing into the Proteas team. SA now really need to back Deva Previs and develop him. Should have also now batting coach in AB or Herschel Gibbs or Callis. Um, uh, in my time says Riza Quentin Maharaj should be moved on from now, I guess. Stuart says no under 19s like under 16s. That's never going to happens to it. They're going to cost too much money. Nomsebo says, yes, they should have taken a closer look at Sky's foot. I definitely saw movement, and I don't know why they didn't take a third angle of that. That is strange that happened. That didn't happen. Yeah. So, guys, I'm beat. Emotionally drained, and yeah, what a game. Congratulations to India. Heartbreaking for South Africa. Thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in and joining in on this particular stream. Please, you're going to have to subscribe and click the notification bell to know when we're going to go live next. There's going to be a host of shows coming out about the future of South African cricket and going forward, and how we're going to build on this and move forward. And we are going to get into a phase where we can start covering the new season. I think this domestic season is going to be crucial for us to find the next generation of talent. There are some key positions that are going to need to be filling, that's going to need filling or need to be filled. Come on, speak properly. In the next couple of years. And we are going to be talking about various segments. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified on when we go live next and when our shows are going live. Also check social media for our posts that we do to promote what we are doing next. Guys, you've been awesome in the live chat. Thank you for all the callers on the show tonight. It was pretty awesome. It was really awesome. I really enjoyed it all. Thanks to all the fans that tuned in on today's show and over this during this World Cup period. We have hit record numbers with regards to streaming views and etc. on our channel. It's been the best that we've ever had. We are so close to 5,000 subscribers. We're like 14, 13 away. So please help me get there by hitting the subscribe button and clicking the notification bell. Also smash the like button. And don't forget, when the stream ends, comment in the comment section. Give me your thoughts in the comment section of YouTube after this video is finished and it's done. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace out, everyone.